We're live. We've gone live. We're in the Cleveland Buckeyes shirt. Yeah. Turn it down a little bit so they can hear me. It's a homage T-shirt. Cleveland Buckeyes was the Negro League team. Smells clean. I wore it. I wore it because it smells clean. That's what I did. Oh, fans first. We're live. Oh. We got people on. Hello, people. Yeah. Got some announcements. That's what I gotta do. I knew the end of the song. I've heard it so many times. I hear this in my sleep.
Yes.
Thank you, people. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. This
Triggered.
is what's that?
Triggered.
Triggered. Oh,
By the song.
I thought you said something else, but it's good. It's good you said triggered. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah,
Whoa.
you want to get us thrown off?
Never.
Never. All right. Thank you for joining us. It is the Burning River Browns Talk on the Fanatical Elves Network, the subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. I am Lou Marconi, joined for the Friday night edition of this show by Sherry at Browns Fan Girl. Yep, we got some announcements to make. We got things to talk about. She is who I consider family. We are family. We're just not
family.
blood related. We're family, but we're not blood related.
But if we trace it back far enough, we could probably find something that converges.
Yeah, probably. Probably, but I'm not going to do that ancestry work. I got it. No, it's too much work. So I got too much other shit to do. So anyway, I am Lou Marconi at Marconi251 on Instagram, and just to complicate shit, I am at L Marconi 1973 on Twitter X. First and foremost, I want to make a great announcement. I want to welcome back to Twitter a friend of the show's, a friend of both Sherry and I's, Heather. Thank you for coming back to Twitter. Welcome back. And I will say this, and I mean this. Anybody goes after her or messes with her, you're messing with me. Just remember that. You're protected, Heather. Welcome back. All right. Now it doesn't cost you a dime to act like a gentleman, especially online. All right. Anyway, so we're going back now. It's time for some fun. Sherry, I was just saying, you're my Jewish sister from another mister.
Yeah.
And people, I get messages all the time. Get messages. I do. I get messages all the time about the jokes and everything else. And it's like, it's fine. I mean, I don't understand people. Okay, first off, because if you remember, she invited me to her family reunion. It was great. I was there. And you remember what I said to your family? I said, the last time I saw this many Jews in one place, I was watching Schindler's List.
I do.
Yes,
they laughed. Remember that. They did. Yeah.
Yes. And I gave her uncle a high five and he took 10.
I never seen him move that fast before in my life.
No, not at all.
He's a large man.
He is very large. Yes.
Rotund.
Very, very large, very large. Oh, we got a comment. Who's our first comment? Have a great show, you two. Tim, always, Tim. Thanks for joining us. Tim Lyons. Yeah. Go ahead. Please comment your best Jewish joke. That would be great.
Oh my, yes. We should have put that in the promo.
Yes. Why not? No, I mean, okay, one of our favorite people that happens to be of the Jewish faith is Ben Shapiro. He's on the Daily Wire. Some people dislike him, whatever his politics, but at least he believes what he believes and he stands by what he believes. But did you know that the Daily Wire was going to be producing a feature film with Ben Shapiro?
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. He's going to be like a martial arts expert. Did you know
Really?
that? Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. It's going to be the first ever Kung Ju movie.
Nice.
Doing it to make you laugh.
I like that. He is built for flying around like a little
Yes,
sprite.
yes. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Kosher.
No.
there,
Good.
there you go. See. Well, I was going to introduce you and said if you were any more kosher, you wouldn't work on the Sabbath. So there you go.
Exactly.
See, look
Exactly.
at this. See, he
Good.
likes it.
All right.
See, he
Yeah,
likes it.
it's good. All we need is one fan.
Yeah, we just need one. Then you
We
need
just
one
need
person
one
to
person.
complain.
That's
You just
it.
need one
Yeah.
person to complain.
Yeah, that's
Like,
it.
well, no, some people with the fat jokes and Ken Carmen. Look, Ken Carmen, put the fork down. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. Well, plus, actually, I'm recommending something because on Tuesday, which is June 4th, it's a 50th anniversary of a very dark day in the history of Cleveland sports. Are you familiar with it? Okay, we're going to talk about that. It's a very dark day. If anybody wants to comment what it is that we're going to talk about, and there's going to be a special that's going to air on Channel 8 about it. But before we go any further, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pause for a break from our sponsors. All right, we're back. Thank you. Okay. Are you familiar with the 10-cent beer night riot at Cleveland Municipal Stadium on June 4th?
Oh, okay. Just vaguely. Just vaguely. I never did a deep dive into the history, but I've seen people use their avies where they superimpose their face on the one fat guy throwing a beer bottle.
That was a bottle gate, I think it was.
Oh,
Mm.
not the same thing? That's
Well,
not the
no,
same
no,
thing.
no. That bottle gate was in 2001
Oh,
at the old
geez.
stadium when
Okay,
the
then.
Browns were
So I
playing.
have no
The
idea.
Browns were playing the Jaguars back when Butch Davis was the coach, and we were driving. Tim Couch was the quarterback. Quincy Morgan made a fourth down conversion. Yeah, 1974 was the 10-cent beer night, right? I'll get into that, but I'm just explaining what the bottle gate was. We were driving. Quincy Morgan caught a pass that was questionable for um, for a first down on a fourth down conversion. Well, Tim Couch gets up and he acted like he was going to spike it, but then he threw it. Or he looked like he was going to throw it and spike it. Or he did something weird with it. It was like a double spike, which is a penalty. But the play was dead, and then they buzzed in to review the play after a play was just run. So nothing was explained to the crowd. They went back 2 plays and overturned Quincy Morgan's catch and gave the ball to Jacksonville. Well, guess what happened? People started throwing bottles. People knew.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that happened against Jacksonville. That was in December of 2001, which cost us a potential playoff spot.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, if you look that up, so people are like, oh, you guys just threw bottles. I said, but why? Why did they throw them? What started a damn near riot happened? If that was anywhere else, a similar thing would have happened. Oh, they're all Neanderthals. I said, no, if the
Mhm.
referees did their fucking job and just called the penalty on Couch for the double pump on the spiking of the ball, fine. But we would have still had the ball. People would have understood that, and they wouldn't have started throwing bottles. It wasn't something minor they didn't start throwing bottles at. So that's why I get upset when people don't know the whole story. Now let's go back to 1974. Keep in
Okay.
mind, I was born in June of '73. I wasn't even a year old when this
Okay.
happened.
Got it.
Okay, and as a promotion to get more people to come to the game, the Indians were playing the Texas Rangers on June 4th, 1974. As a promotion, they allowed the people to come in hours before the game started for 10 cents a beer. 10-cent beer night. Yeah. Yeah. They never did it again, which really eventually people got really drunk and rowdy. Billy Martin was the manager of the Rangers, and there was stuff that happened beforehand earlier in that season between the Rangers and the Indians. And I guess a fan came out and tried to take ran on the field, tried to take one of the Rangers players' ball caps, and a fight
Really?
started. And just soon as because the Ranger player started fighting with the fan, then the other
Wow.
players got involved and more fans got involved.
Holy
Mike,
wow, like a
Mike,
hockey fight.
it was like a hockey fight, but it was a riot on
Wow.
the Indians ended up forfeiting the game. It happened in the
Oh,
seventh inning. It
man.
was like horrible. And a first baseman for the Rangers in that game was Mike Hargrove.
Wow.
Yep, he was on that
Ooh.
team. So they never ever again did 10-cent beer night. So, and there's going to be a special on Fox 8, I think at 11 p.m. They're going to do a special about it, and I
Wow.
definitely want to check it out. So 10-cent beer night. I'll put it. Definitely. I'll at least DVR it. So I'll definitely watch it. I'll
Mhm.
comment more about it. Keep in mind, I was like I said, I wasn't even a year old yet. I was a baby when that. My dad told me he was listening to it on the radio because he worked at a plant. He had a second shift job at a plant in Brook Park for the Clorox plant, I think it was, is where he worked, and he
Okay.
was. And this was God. This was months before we moved into the house I grew up in because we were still living somewhere else. Yeah, my dad, it was just too funny. So yeah, he worked
That's
at that plant for a while.
wild.
That is wild.
That is
That is
wild stuff.
that's a wild story. So that's just called the 10-cent beer night riot. So that's cool. Also was the well, the other thing I was going to talk about was something that was interesting that I saw about what the Browns running back situation, even with Nick Chubb out, about how important of a signing a running back was they did in the offseason. And I wanted your thoughts on that, Sherry. And it was just interesting who I saw, just based on his yards per carry on first down and 10. Because when we lost Nick Chubb,
Mhm.
that hurt.
Oh,
That
yeah.
lack of first down run production. And if you get behind the sticks on 1st and 10, it's kind of like you're really hurting yourself with it, whether it's a penalty or a sack. It's just it could kill a drive. Because then 2nd and 15 is really tough, or 2nd and 20 is really tough
Right.
to overcome. It was the running back Dante Foreman. Do you know who I'm talking about? He came from the Bears. Yeah, he was the running back.
Oh,
It was
okay.
just based. Yeah, it was based on just his yards per carry and how just how productive he was on first down. Meaning, more than likely, once Chubb comes back,
Mhm.
it's going to be kind of a running back by committee, and Chubb's
Okay.
going to be the lead running back
So they're
in
gonna
the
be,
committee,
like, kinda, like,
splitting up care.
competing, but not really. Okay. He's done that before. That's not anything that's
He's just coming off a major
immediately.
knee injury. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not. They're not going
Yeah.
to put him in there and give him the ball 25
Mm-mm.
times a
No.
game,
No, 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 no. No.
and you're not going to see him in the preseason.
No, absolutely not.
What is?
Do you
I'm
get
getting.
frustrated with just preseason in general? Like, I feel like I mean,
I'm. I
one
get. Okay, go ahead. I'll go ahead.
no,
I'll let
I
you
wanna
finish
know
your
your
thought.
thoughts. Yeah,
You
because
want to
I
know
see
my thoughts?
you got vexed. You got
I get
vexed immediately.
I get frustrated at OTAs when people are analyzing throws
Yeah,
in
me
shorts and
too.
helmets.
Me too. I saw that. I saw that this week. I saw a lot of that.
Yeah. Look at this throw to Elijah Moore. I mean, thank you, Mary
Yeah.
Kay Cabot. Thank you. We
Yeah, I saw
appreciate it.
that. That's the exact one I watched like 4 or 5 times.
Well, at first she sent the wrong one out. She tweeted the wrong one.
Oh, did she?
Oh
Oh, I
yeah, because
didn't
it was
see
like a way
that.
off incompletion, and people were roasting her in the comments.
Oh, that's
It was
funny.
God. It was like, oh
Oh, that's my
Jesus.
girl. Hey, Joy. Hey, Posh.
Oh, Posh.
She's a celebrity. Welcome to the podcast, my girl. Welcome.
I, I
I
don't know about
you
the
better
softball
be.
game. Yeah, is he scheduled to be there?
um, she knows the schedule better than I do.
Yeah,
I think so. I mean, he could hang out with us. We'll make a room for
yeah.
him in the stands, and he could share my beverage, and I'll make sure he doesn't get overheated, and he'll make sure I don't get overheated, and
Yeah,
it's
we can't have
okay.
you get overheated. No,
No, mm-mm.
no, I don't know who that is.
Hey, Zeke dog.
Hey Zeke Dog, thanks for joining us. And then I got a yes from Posh
Yeah, so
Cleveland.
Nick Chubb will be there.
Yes.
You want me to
He
send your regards?
Chubb is on the list.
Mhm, mhm.
What kind of list are we talking about?
Of all the players that are gonna be there.
Hmm.
There's, like, a
Okay.
ton of like
Well, I think Njoku's supposed to be there too,
yeah,
correct?
well, it's his game.
Well,
He's the one
that
he's
would
the
be
one
that would
that's
make sense.
hosting it, yeah.
Probably, I would think. What about Judy or Amari Cooper?
Uh, I think so. Hold on, let me look.
I don't know. What are we gonna say? I could just do jokes. There.
Yeah,
Oh
so
wow.
we got, Bernie Kosar's gonna be there, hold on, I got a list up here. Yeah, Dez, Bryant, JOK, and Amari. It's
Des
gonna
Bryant,
be
JOK, and Amari. Des is
filthy,
going to be there. Interesting.
filthy, disgusting with Browns. Players and fans alike. Rowdy, feral fans, which they love. They
Well,
love
that's
them.
what we are. Yeah,
We
yeah.
love Josh
Josh Gordon's
Gordon. I can't wait to see Josh Gordon. And of course, Miles.
Myles Garrett will be there. Good. Well, fantastic. Well, it's a fun time. It's a fun
Yeah,
time for
it's gonna
everybody.
be
Now
great.
it's at the Lake County Captain's
Yes.
Field in
Hmm.
Eastlake.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah,
right
I've
off.
never been there.
I've
Denzel,
driven by it.
the warden will be present in
Denzel
all of
Ward.
his glory, his beautiful self.
Yes. Well, let me think. Who else would any of the rookies be there?
If
Like
they want to
Michael
be
Hall, like Zach Zinner,
expected,
Michael Hall,
they
Jamari
should
Thrash.
be.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. We got Zeke Dog here. Oh, okay.
All right.
Cool.
Well, we heart nurses. Nurses are very, very
Nurse.
important
Oh,
people.
oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
most important.
Absolutely. Nurses and EMTs and anybody in the medical field. Absolutely.
Miles will need a seventh inning sponge bash. He sure will, because it's going to
Yeah.
be hot. I'm not
Yeah.
talking temperature wise. Well, maybe it will be. We'll see.
What the hell happened to my show?
What happened? What happened to your light behind you? It got dark all of a sudden, it looks like.
It's the camera. It's the camera.
Oh.
It's the camera. Can't help it. Thank you, Posh. But yeah, so the softball game's next week at Eastlake on Saturday. I probably won't be there, but also a couple announcements before I forget. I wanted to make an announcement on something. Jimmy Donovan did announce his retirement at WKYC.
That's awesome.
I had the pleasure of working with him when I was there for 5 years between 2000 and 2005. Jimmy, thank you for everything that you've done. He's still going to announce the Browns games.
Mhm.
So he's still going to do that, but he's leaving WKYC. Great guy, an amazing sports talent, and I wish him the very best in his health and recovery. So, Jimmy, thank you. That's wonderful. Another announcement. I don't know if you guys knew about this or not, but I announced it to you. Was on Wednesday nights.
Oh, right.
The Wednesday night gig that I got. It's a Wrestling with the Future on the What's the Buzz podcast. So I got Angelo Mad Dog DeCipio has had that show for 6 years. He didn't want to do it anymore. He was trying to find somebody to co-host with Amelia. He picked me. So I'm going to be discussing wrestling. If anybody knows anything about me, I'm a retired pro wrestler and I can pretty much talk wrestling except with anybody except for Sherry because she doesn't care. With Corey and I, we could talk wrestling for hours. Amelia is a wrestling fan. She's from Texas. She's
Got it.
she's very familiar. So you could catch that pretty much. It's Wrestling with the Future on What's the Buzz podcast. It's anywhere where you get your podcast, whether it's YouTube, Apple, iPod, Spotify, all those places. And they let me kind of make my jokes and do my thing. So that's what I've been hearing. That's what they told me. That's what they told me. They let me say, go ahead, do it. I was like, all right. So, well, yeah, because we were talking because I've done a couple shows with Angelo DeCipio, like we did one about the Charles Manson family. We did one about the Epstein. I did another one recently with Amelia, which actually I did one last Wednesday, and it was more or less my audition. And we were talking about sports fanatics and people addicted to sports. And it was interesting just because I think what goes with it is a gambling addiction too.
Right. Absolutely.
And we even talked about like fantasy football could be considered a different form of gambling.
Oh,
Anybody want
easily.
to comment on that? Yeah, because
Easily.
when we were at the Top Dog tailgate, I was talking to Lana and the other Lana and Heather from the Pod Squad, and I was telling them, and I said, "Look, you guys. The one thing about you guys, I mean, if we sat down and we talked fantasy football, I don't know what that is. What did I
Yeah.
say that
Oh,
shocked you?
shock. Well,
Yeah,
addiction comes in all forms.
what's that?
Addiction comes in all forms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, what I was looking at, what I was just saying was like, me, like if I sat down and tried to do a podcast with them on fantasy football, I couldn't contribute much because it's just not my thing. I just don't do that. I could talk football. We could talk about stats, sports, everything, history, whatever. But when it came to actual fantasy and how certain things work, I'm like, no, I wouldn't know that. And it was just interesting. I think Lana was a little bit surprised when I said that to her. And I was like, yeah, it's just not my thing. I never really did that. Now I know you have.
Oh yeah.
You, Yvette, Lana, Heather,
Mhm.
Lysandra. Oh yeah, Lysandra, definitely. So the special, just for example, ladies on the pod squad, I'm sure there's a lot of other people that are listening right now would say the
Like
same
all
thing
the
about you.
dog chug,
All the dog,
everybody you've
they all do
met.
their
Yeah.
everybody I met pretty
Mhm.
much. I think even the guys at the My Dog, Terrell and My Dog's
Mhm.
podcast. Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, it's just to each their own. But to me, like an addiction, there's people that would get seriously depressed and break things if their team doesn't win. I
Oh
haven't
yeah.
gotten that far. I
Mhm.
haven't gone.
Mhm.
I've seen videos of people smashing big screen TVs if their team loses. I'm just like God. Or we go back. We talk about how like soccer in Europe has started wars. So at least we haven't done that yet.
Football.
Football, football. So done a lot of topics on that show. So
Mhm.
yes, so every Wednesday night I'm going to be on with Amelia Chapman. Check it out. And there's lots of things. The thing that takes me out of my comfort zone with that, and I explained it to Angela, and I think he understood it, was I could sit down and I could just tell jokes and riff and just do this and do that
Mhm.
with pretty much anybody. But when it comes to sticking to a format and time, I just really don't look at the clock too much. I just go. And he says, no,
Yeah.
you got to stick to well, they're sponsors too. Yeah, so there's sponsors on the show, and one of them's Manscaping, so I always have good jokes for that.
Gross.
Gross. Hey, yes, guys, shave. People don't want to see a mess down there,
Mm-mm.
especially your girl. No, it helps. It helps. She needs to find it. So
Without hot sauce.
without hot sauce, always helpful. There was another stat that we talked about too, because they think it causes like domestic violence
Oh,
with the addiction
absolutely.
of
Yeah,
sports.
anything money related will cause a fight. So if a spouse sees money being allocated to something like for fun without talking about the budget, especially if kids are involved, it's going to cause an altercation.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, I actually, believe it or not, the statistics that were strange. It had the largest amount of like divorce, the highest rate of divorce and domestic abuse isn't really with sports related people or that. It's same sex female couples, same sex women. They're the highest rate of divorce and the highest rate of domestic violence. And I talked about that on one of my other shows as well,
Of
which
course,
was
right?
with Corey. Yeah, the
Mhm.
Sunday Stew Pod. I'm on. You see the reels. I'm on Rumble with Corey every Sunday. We got a new episode coming on Sunday. I'm a pretty busy guy, so I just realized that. But it's good. It's good to be busy. I don't like to sit still and be comfortable. But what I wanted to say is that I did get comments and messages about that from a woman that was in a same-sex union. It was more like a civil union type of thing with another woman, and she was talking about what she had to go through in that and how difficult it was and just that, and she was just surprised that I talked about it. And I kind of asked her, I said, well, what really like triggered all of this? What triggered your arguments, because you guys had a lot of fights? And she said, really, believe it or not, it was like who deciding on who was going to cook.
Funny.
No, yeah,
Really?
yeah, it is
That's
funny
not a
because
joke.
no, because if you think about it, they should both eat out.
Okay, that
That was the joke.
that was the joke. Okay, got
You
it.
knew it was coming. You
I
knew it was
knew it
coming.
was. I'm like, oh,
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 was that a cringe joke?
a little bit, yeah. But
But it is true. It is true. The
yeah,
highest rate of
yeah,
domestic violence and
yeah.
divorce.
No, I saw the stats on
Well,
that
yeah, it
also.
doesn't surprise
So
me.
this
It
isn't a
does.
joke, but today is World MS Day, which I didn't
Is
even
it?
know it was today.
And
And I
today
didn't.
and today is the last day of the mental health awareness month
Whoa,
too,
it's a double whammy for us people with MS.
and mental health issues.
Yeah, they go hand in hand
Oh
usually.
yeah. Oh yeah. Because my friend Frank, he texted me, said, "Did you get in trouble for the midget joke last week?" I'm like, "No, nobody said anything to me."
That was so damn funny. That was amazing.
There was stuff that I told them off the air that I couldn't say on the air. Some of the jokes that I said,
Those are the we should do like a
yeah.
Patreon version or something to where we could say all the bad jokes and not get dinged by anybody.
Mhm. Like the Tom Brady roast, the stuff that I wrote down.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
I would have told Bert Kreischer, just because you can't find it doesn't mean you're non-binary. That just means you're
Right.
fat. It just means you're fat. And what his pronouns will be trans fat. God. Oh yeah. Andrew Schultz. I like him. Do you remember what I'm talking about? He's that creepy looking guy. I said he looks like he came out of the Bill Cosby School of Bartending.
Okay.
Yeah. But hey, if I'm bothering you, you know what you can do. You're right. If I bother you, you can tell me. Right.
Right.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. Is that? Oh, Jeff Ross. Did you watch the Tom Brady roast? Did you
No.
see what? You didn't see it? Oh, come on. You're no
No.
fun. Because you know who Jeff Ross is.
Oh, of course I do.
Yeah, yeah,
Another
comedian.
Jew.
Well, he was all his head was all shaved. He was all bald up there. And I told I would have said he looked like a sex toy you buy on Wish.
That's a good one. He is extremely
Yeah,
unattractive.
very, very unattractive. Oh yeah, and the Kim Kardashian was there too, so that's not an easy target.
That
I
that
would have
is
well
a
knowing
big
that
red
she's
target.
well, and they were in the forum. They were in the LA forum. I said, well, no, she's here. You got to know the Lakers have a night off.
Right. Okay, that's a good one.
It's just- I sat down and wrote these while watching this. Okay, this is what I would have said, and then I said, Kim, you look confused. What is it, Father's Day? So, get it?
Brr.
No.
Brr.
What do you get him or her? What do you do? I mean, just
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Why was Kim there?
She was just there. She had
Hmm.
nothing else. She had nothing else to do. What I was telling Corey was I thought Nick DiPaolo
He is very
on
funny.
there would have been fantastic. Him and Bill Burr would have killed it.
Oh, because Billy Boy loves Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Oh yeah, because the thing I would have said to Tom, I said it's hard to roast a guy when he's perfect. He had every. It is. I mean,
Yeah.
and he was just been like, you'd have just sat there like, yeah. But yeah, you were married to like the most beautiful woman in the world. You would have
Hmm.
you had anything every guy would have wanted.
Hmm.
But it turns out you learned a very hard life lesson. And that life lesson is no matter how good she looks, guys, someone somewhere is sick of her shit.
Ah, right. That's
That
what
was,
happened
that's
apparently.
that's true. And see, and we don't know why Kim was there.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know. Oh goodness.
Yeah,
Oh,
we should do the follow-up next week. We found out why she was there. Breaking news here first.
she was there to publicize herself. I
Yeah,
know.
really, just to
I
trot
know.
herself out and get dressed and be in the spotlight when she's like irrelevant, and then she just pops back up. She reminds me of a dandelion,
Yeah,
you know?
she just keeps showing up.
Yeah, no matter how hard you put down the weed and feed and you try and water
Yeah.
your lawn.
Yeah.
Oh no, that is sad. That one is just sad.
J Lo and Ben. Yeah, Ben Affleck was there. Yeah, I don't that's another one. Just yeah.
Yeah, I
Um
think they're on their way out.
yeah. Well, this reminds me of a story 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. I'm at line at Kmart with my then girlfriend, the bitch that I dated a long time ago.
I remember the bitch.
The bitch. Well, I've had quite a few. This one, I'm using the B word is nice because I could use another word,
Oh,
and it rhymes with runt. Okay, so to describe her because I've talked about the things that she said to me. But we're in line, and she doesn't understand that I'm a smartass, or she kind of knew, but she didn't like to deal with it. There's a woman behind me looking at a People magazine. This is like 2002, and she's like, "Oh my God, Ben Affleck and J Lo are together." And she kind of knew. She saw me shaking, like, oh shit, he's gonna say something. So I just turned around, looked at her, and said, "It won't last." That's all I did. And she's like, "Oh, I can't believe you did that." I was like, "Oh, that's all I said." Didn't even start a fight. It's just like,
Oh,
just went,
no fighting in Kmart.
"No,
It's
I didn't fight. No, no. Well, only
peaceful,
place.
peaceful land of the blue light special.
Yeah, the only place that's great to get into a fight is Walmart. So
Oh, that's it. Like, if I go to Walmart and there's no fight, I feel like something's wrong.
yeah. Well, it's funny when two fat guys start fighting at Walmart. What?
There's not more to it. I thought that was
Nah, nah.
that's
Well, it
just
looks
oh,
no. It looks like two hillbillies jerking each other off.
yes. There we go.
I, anticipation is the key.
Right, right.
Yeah,
So,
I was waiting to have the little birdie start talking to me.
oh
I
yeah.
don't know.
Wait, let me I gotta use the bathroom real quick. I'll come
You,
right back, okay?
you got to use
I'll
the
be right
bathroom.
back. Yeah, yeah.
Well, you want me to just talk to the audience by myself?
Yeah, you can handle that for like a second or two, all right?
I do it every night on my own.
Okay then. I'll be right.
Suey pig. What the hell does that mean? Thanks, people, for joining us here tonight. Going back to the Cleveland Browns OTAs this week. Yeah, it's a fun time. Um, Deshaun Watson looked fine. People were over analyzing it, under analyzing it, or making too much of it. Tomorrow's June 1st. Mini camp will be in a couple weeks. Training camp is in about 7 weeks. We'll see a lot more. And I'm kind of wondering what's going on here. It looks like I got somebody else on. Yes. Sherry?
Oh, hello, hello. I didn't see you there.
Okay. Yes. I'm here.
Yes. I was just wondering what's going on with Bird Sean Watson. How is he handling his throwing? Sparrow came over from Berea last night and she was trying to inform me that him and Jerry Tweedy, I don't know if they're hitting it off or not, but
Jerry
rumor
Tweedy?
has it, yeah.
Jerry Tweedy.
Jerry Tweedy.
Okay. Are they hitting it off? Were they supposed to be dating?
I don't I I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know. You know, birds we get along, we flock together and whatnot, and
birds of the same feather flock together.
yeah,
Is this
sometimes.
Bird Report?
It's the
Is that
bird
you?
report
That's the Bird Report.
live
Okay.
from Cleveland.
It's the Bird Report, not Larry Bird.
No, no. That
Uh,
was I can't believe that was so
See, when I put up a
embarrassing.
comment, we don't see
That
our
was so
names, and
embarrassing.
Posh Cleveland is laughing. No, not Larry Bird. It's the Bird
No,
Report. So Bird Report.
bird report. Yes.
Are you you took a break from crapping on cars?
I did. I hit this blue Challenger really good. I got it not only on the hood, but I got it on the side as well.
You
And
get that
hopefully it
windshield as
really
extra.
pissed off the people who drive it. I also
Yeah,
go for the darker the car, the happier it makes me. So then I just unload all over it.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
So okay. Well, if you have a big beak, does that either make you Jewish or a bird?
I kind of maybe probably both. One of my parents was Ashkenazi, the other one was a parrot. So yeah.
There you go. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you were a toucan, you'd be eating Fruit Loops. So it is wonderful to have the bird report here. Now you flew over Berea, I take it.
I did. I flew over. I wanted to see how the turf was
Mm-hmm.
bouncy, making sure that there were delicious worms hiding in it for my brethren.
Yes.
Because, you know, in Cleveland, that stadium is questionable at best for us birds. One time it rained spiders, and I remember doing a very, very large cleanup job there and not getting paid.
Nice.
I ate thousands of spiders. I was sick for a week. Nothing.
What
No
kind of
health care. Nothing.
Now, when you had a chance, when you were flying on your way to Berea, did you fly over the new stadium site? Have you seen any activity there?
I saw them. It upsets my people because of the trees. We love the trees. We
The
love the
trees.
nature. We love the nature. We love being, you know, free, wild and free.
Yes.
And when when the forest comes down, it makes
Hmm.
us extra angry and we have to retaliate in a flock. So I talked to the goosey loosies. I talked to the sparrows, the titmice, the robins, the
Hmm.
woodpeckers, the peckers, and we're all coming after whatever's going to be built there. So watch out, Browns fans. Watch out.
Watch where you park your cars. You're gonna get crapped on. So,
It's a fact.
so is like your favorite song in amongst your group, Leonard Skinner's "Freebird"?
Freebird, yeah. Freebird. It is our favorite. We are we enjoy Gainesville and the not the tragic part of what happened to that band, but
No,
we fly away Freebird all the time, man.
always,
Oh wait.
always. Well,
R.I.P.
let me.
Mr. Van Zant.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So since we're here, like Sesame Street, thinking about the bird, Big Bird.
Yes.
What kind of bird was Big Bird on Sesame Street?
Delicious. Oh, I wasn't supposed to talk about the cannibalism.
Birds are
Okay.
cannibals?
Yes. Please
Well,
forgive me. Forgive me.
I'll forgive you. You forgive
Forgive
me.
me.
All right.
Protein is protein. And
Well,
you ever see a parrot?
that's what I tell my wife. Protein is protein.
You ever see a parrot hold a chicken drumstick and it just looks like a monster?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's, bird
Well,
on bird violence is my least favorite of all violence. And
I
it's
see
quite
that.
prevalent in the community.
Huh. Interesting. Well, it's a bird eat bird world out there in Berea and Brook Park.
Faux show.
Faux
Faux
show.
show.
Absolutely. It's good to know. It's good to finally meet you. I've heard a lot about you
Oh, thank
from
you.
other people.
Thank you.
It's the Bird Report from Berea, folks. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. And I hope my jokes about Jewish people and birds did not offend you.
No,
So,
no, no. It takes so much more than that. If you would have talked about the cats, then we wouldn't be friends. But since
no, no, no,
that
I don't
was
give a
a
shit.
very sore subject,
Well, that's just letting you know. I got a new Chinese neighbor.
they're taking care of the cats for you.
They say,
God,
"Oh yeah, they take our cats." Yeah. Well, his middle name is Fun, and his first name is No, and his last name's Homo. So every time he walks by, I say, "You're looking good, no homo." So on that note, all right, I'll let you go there. Are you
thank you.
okay? Thanks for the bird report, folks. It's
Thank
always
you.
good to see it. All right, there we go. So I had to leave with the Chinese homosexual joke. There you go. Thank you, folks. I appreciate it. She has been very, very nice and very faithful. Who, who do we got back? Do I have anybody back here? Is Sherry back there? I don't know. I don't see her. I don't see her yet. Still see the bird report name, I think. But anyway, talking more about the Browns, guys, it's OTAs. Don't make too much about it. Don't make too little about it. But somebody might pop. Hey, there you are. The weirdest thing just happened while you were gone.
Really? Oh man, what
Yeah, yeah.
happened?
A very large bird talked to us.
Oh,
I
from
thought I,
Sesame
I, I
Street?
thought somebody dropped some LSD in my drink. So,
Oh boy. I hear there is a very large Grateful Dead festival that happens up here once a year.
but Jerry Garcia died like 30 years ago.
I know, but it's like a tribute band festival thing, and there's probably a lot of LSD at it.
Did you know what
Mm.
the Deadheads did after he died? They cremated him and smoked his ashes.
I wouldn't doubt that. I would not doubt that.
I just keep him coming. I'll just keep him coming. That's what I
He
do.
probably got so high from all of the chemicals in his.
Trucking. Sure. Anyway. So yeah, I was talking about the OTAs and Deshaun Watson throwing it. It's fucking. It's
Yeah.
guys. It's tomorrow's June 1st.
Yeah.
Can we take a pill? God,
That's not LSD.
Yes, just a chill pill. Can we relax a little
Chill
bit?
pill.
Yeah.
Drink a beer.
Well, I do understand, Posh. Thank you. I love the laughing emoji. I hope it was me you were laughing at and not Sherry or both of us. I hope whatever. Posh Clevelander, thank you for joining our show and the comments. And Zeke
I
Dog
love the
and Tim
comments.
Hines. We love them. We love the comments. We love it all. Love the
Love,
comments.
love the live interaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love.
But I understand why people are commenting on it because if you're a content creator and you have to write articles, you want to go on and do podcasts like what I do. I mean, I'm doing podcasts like 6 nights a week. Plus, I'm practically doing 3 on Wednesdays because I'm doing the other Wednesday show now, and that's when Corey and I tape the Sunday show. So I understand that you need stuff to talk about and you need things to talk about. Right now, there's not a lot to talk about football wise except for practices and what's happening or who they might add or who's this guy, what's this going to have. It's a lot of it's speculation. Actually, if you see, I've got articles coming out. I had one come out today. I talked about game 2 against Jacksonville because really I'm just writing about shit. next one, the next one's coming out tomorrow for Fans First. I talked about game 3 and I was talking about how the Browns could start the season 3-0. It's feasible. Well,
Absolutely.
in the last time they did that, I had to look it up. It surprised me. 1993.
Wow.
They started out 3-0 and guess what they
Wow.
finished that year? They finished only 7-9.
Oh.
That was the year when they cut Kozar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So they finished the season. They finished the season 7-9, missing the playoffs. So when you start the season 3-0, you have like a 75% chance of making the playoffs versus 0-3, where it's 25% chance of making. Because if you think about it, to get at 500, you know, it's like half your season's gone almost at that point if you're 0-3.
Right.
So it's just we'll see. But my point about the Giants is that they're probably not that good of a team. And from what I said, that game here at home should be a curb stomping.
Mm.
we should beat them. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? Well, you never know. Anything could happen. These are NFL players and NFL teams. And then the next one that's coming out after that, I talked about the Las Vegas Raiders on the road, and I kind of went through the history of the Browns and the Raiders, including the infamous Red Right '88 game. Are you familiar with that?
Mm-mm.
1980 Cardiac Kids. They won the
Oh, that
division,
is
went to the
20
divisional
years
playoff.
before I was born.
Okay, 19. But the game was in January of '81.
That is
It
chilly.
was the second coldest game.
Yeah, that is a good question.
The second coldest game in the history of NFL football. Second. First was the AFC Championship the following year in Cincinnati. Yes, they are going to the Greenbrier to start training camp. I believe it's the end of July. Yes, they are, Posh. Which is great. That did wonders for the team last year. And then they had the infamous Red Right '88. Red Right '88 was a play call when Brian Sipe threw the interception that lost us the game.
Oh boy. Okay.
That was against then Oakland Raiders. They've played us tough. We have like a 10-15 record against them. And the last time we played them, we lost to them here in 2021 because of we had a bunch of people out from COVID tests.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was
just a horrible. It was a horrible, and it was I think we played on a Wednesday or something. It was weird. It was just bizarre. So hopefully that crap doesn't happen again. So I said this game will be different. It's gonna be in Las Vegas. So we'll be able
that stadium is sweet.
Oh,
it is so nice. Even though it looks like a Roomba, it is sexy.
Yeah, it looks like a room. The one that looks like a spaceship is the one in Los Angeles.
Yeah, SoFi. That's pretty neat.
Yeah,
I
remember
want ours to look like a spaceship too. I want to be part of the club, the cool kids club with a extraterrestrial looking.
You're Jewish and you have space lasers.
Right. I need somewhere to store them in the off season.
Yes, put them at the stadium. That's where they belong.
Not the lakefront though. Too much wear and tear. The weather.
No, and I did text you and said, should we talk about what happened with this yesterday with the the former president, and you're just like, yeah, nobody wants to talk about politics, and
Yeah,
I believe
it's
you're
fun
right.
to make fun of it.
It's fun
I
to
mean,
make
I
fun
like
of it.
to make fun of it.
Yeah, you're right. It's not a political show anyway.
Mm-mm.
Even though, from what I've heard, comes the Vegas betting odds.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty much like
He's
he
yeah.
gave himself all that free publicity and
His betting odds went up. I
trending.
don't know.
If you
Yeah,
saw on X,
everything's trending, Trump.
it was trending and yeah.
And I keep an eye on like YouTubers that do polling data because it's interesting
Mhm.
because they're looking at the
Well, yeah, it's history, it's
they're looking at
historical.
the aggregate averages,
Mhm,
comparing it
mhm.
to 2020 and past. They're looking at past voting tendencies and everything else. And um, none of us are old. I was young when Ronald Reagan was first elected in 1980, but they're comparing it to that
Oh, wow, okay.
because Jimmy Carter won a close election against Gerald Ford, and Gerald Ford lost because he was the guy that pardoned Nixon, essentially. And Jimmy Carter won in 76, did a shitty job as president. I don't care what fine you want to argue that.
Mhm.
Did a shitty job as president, and then Reagan came in, and they had one debate in Cleveland
Really?
on Halloween night. They had one
No
debate in
way.
Cleveland, and the polls were real tight until after that debate, and Reagan won in a landslide because it was just kind of like
Wow.
the people had to see him and hear
Mhm.
from him to know, and it was just one of those things. That's all. It was just, and it was in Cleveland, yeah, because I remember it was on Halloween. It was on Halloween night.
Where in Cleveland was it?
I can't remember. Case Western Reserve University.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's where when Trump and Biden had their do you remember?
Was that
They had
was
it.
was that a case?
Yeah, yeah, it's in the brand new med school that was built.
Yeah, but this probably wasn't there 40 years ago.
No, 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 no. This was a brand new building that they just
Yeah,
built.
and yeah, and like I said, it just looking at the trends and what it's looking like, and just because they did this, I think most people are looking at it as like, okay, you're persecuting this guy, and you're making him
Yeah. And
almost into a martyr. So it's just, and I mean, I'm not going to sit there and it's a sports show. It's not supposed to be politics. I'm not going to tell you one
mhm,
way or another. I'm just looking at the data and calling the
right.
score. That's all I'm
Mm.
doing. I'm just looking at
Exactly.
it's
It
just
turns
saying,
it
hey,
into a sport, and betting is part of
the
sport.
Vegas odds and everything else, and it's just been, and however you vote is your business. I mean, it just as long as you do, and you vote with your conscience and what your heart and what you think is right. Okay,
Mhm.
if you want to have a discussion about that, we could do it off, but it's just kind of interesting. The people that there's a lot of stories of a lot of people that were mostly historical Democrat voters are not voting for the Democrat
Mhm.
presidential candidate because he's pretty much turned them off.
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
Brian commented, I think. Well, he commented on something. It's like, Lou, oh hell yeah, baby. All right, thank you, Brian. It's not in the comments section here. Oh, it's a GIF. It's a GIF with Stone Cold.
Oh, okay.
All right. Brian Oskenbenner. Hope I said your name right. Yeah. Am I following Posh? Yes, I am.
You
Yes,
better
I am.
be good.
I'm following Posh. I am. Here we are. There we are. Okay. So, any more Jewish jokes?
I don't have any.
You
I don't have any. You know what?
uh,
When I go to the JCC tomorrow, I'll ask around.
yeah, they'll love that. What? Well,
What?
no, I did a joke with Corey about Chinese people, and he didn't get the movie reference at all. Because I said, if you really Chinese people don't like it when you go up to them and go, "Dong, where's my automobile?" And he was like, he had no idea what I was talking about. He never saw 16 Candles, and I'm like,
Right.
automobile. So yeah, they don't like that, even if their last name is Homo. So no, no.
Yeah, 16 Candles. That was Molly Ringwald et al., right? Okay.
Molly Ringwald. Yep.
Gotcha.
Molly
Yeah.
Ringwald. John
Yeah.
Cusack and Joan Cusack were in that movie as well.
Both Cusacks.
Yes.
Wow. Hmm.
Yes. Yeah, telling you. It's a good time.
Those were good movies.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And Megan Donovan has a Chinese neighbor with the middle name of Fun. So
Really?
fun. So no fun homo. That's it. Which is how it's supposed to be. So, but go ahead, Sherry. Anything else you want to add? Do you have anything to announce? Pod Squad stuff? Anything going on? Anything you want to plug?
No, I'm excited. Actually, Posh and I are gonna be doing a spaces to try and coordinate everybody meeting and greeting each other at the game next Saturday. And that'll be on, I tweeted it and I'll retweet it on the 2nd at 11 p.m., I think
Hmm.
Eastern. And yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of people that I haven't met before and seeing all my old pals that I've seen, and hugs and making the rounds.
How do you greet each other?
you know, how do we greet each other? Other Browns fans?
Yes. How do we greet each other?
Secret handshake?
I'm too
Secret
old.
handshake.
Is there a secret handshake?
No.
Oh, nobody told me. I've been a Browns fan for like 40 years. So, well,
Oh,
I'd say longer than that. I'm trying to think. When I started, I was kind of born into it because my dad was. But I'm trying to think. Like the first time I started remembering games on TV was when they were playing in the 1980 Cardiac Kids because
okay.
I was 7. I was 7 years old at the
Oh,
time.
do
It
you
was
want to hear something funny? Me being naive and stupid, and I'll admit when I'm stupid because I'm
okay.
fairly stupid a lot of the time. When we moved here from San Diego, I didn't know anything about the Browns except that they were my team for the rest of my life. So when I heard Cardiac Kids the first time, I was like, is this a charity? Are we going to be
Yes.
part of this because we're working for UH and pediatric cardiology? And I thought it had to do, I didn't realize somebody had to explain it to me. I think my next door neighbors, like, because they got everybody's hearts, everybody had the adrenaline rush and it was exciting to watch them. And so they dubbed them the Cardiac Kids. And I was like, huh, that does really make good sense now, doesn't it? It makes sense.
Well, you want to hear something funny? My wife told me.
Yes.
Yeah, she told me my brains were in my pants, and I always wear shorts.
Oh, oh my.
There you go. So, guys, thanks for joining us. On that note,
Leaving on a big one, leaving on a
yeah,
high note.
leave it on a high note. That's what we're doing. She can hear me doing Trump in the other room. She's rolling her eyes. I know it.
You could feel it from there.
Oh, it's like a sixth sense that I have whenever I do shit that annoys my wife. That's what I'm here for,
Of course.
of course. So, anyway, I was gonna say that yeah, check it out. Sunday Stew Pot on Rumble every Sunday. Myself and Corey Castle. You can check out that channel. I'm going to be on Wrestling with the Future with Amelia Chapman. We're going to be talking about promotional feuds, and probably the real big one would be the 1990s Monday Night Wars, which I experienced it by wrestling for the WWF during it. So I had a great time. Believe it or not, Monday Nitro was on in monitors at WWF. And some of the times
Hmm.
the guys were watching and commenting on it. Oh, this is stupid. It was kind of funny. Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
I'll have
kind of
to
funny.
check it out.
Yeah,
I'll
so
learn
check that.
something.
Yeah, you might learn something. Pay attention. So we got that, and of course Sherry's going to be working with Posh
Yeah,
on
we're going to be doing our spaces.
Spaces,
Yeah,
and every
Sunday.
other Tuesday Pod Squad, and
Well,
with Bougie Sports
yeah, Squad Pod.
Squad Pod
Yep,
Pod Squad
lots of,
Squad
I know. I want to
Pod
call it
Squad
Mod Squad Pods.
Mods. It's the Mod Squad. It's a great show. It's all them. Yes, you got Lana, who's about 4 feet tall. I send her short stuff, short people on short people
Instagram.
reels. Oh yeah, watching like short ladies try to get to the top shelf at Target's hilarious. Just to watch
That's why we
you.
go to Target together. I'm like, get on my shoulders.
Yes. Climb up, climb. It's like King Kong climbing the Empire State Building. Yes. Get to your stuff at Target. So, Lana, we love you. Lana, we love you. We're just having fun. I don't know what you guys say about me behind my back, and I don't care.
No,
I
nothing
don't.
at
I
all.
don't care. I don't give a shit.
This
I
is
don't
what we
care.
do. We're like, blue.
Oh, Lou, so sweet. Yes. Yeah. No, and seriously, guys, I appreciate you. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the emails. Appreciate all that, guys. Fanatical Elves Network. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. There's a lot of great people providing great Browns content. I appreciate all of you. And like I said, check out Wrestling with the Future on Wednesday nights. Check out the Sunday Stew Pots on Rumble, because that one's exclusively on Rumble for obvious reasons. So, because we say some nasty shit. So, that's what we do. But people, I appreciate you. And like I said, next week we got the charity softball game. There's a lot of Browns content still going to be coming out. We still got plenty of stuff to talk about with the Browns. I'm going to continue to write for Fans First. You guys are wonderful. Thank you. And like I said, the thing that Megan Donovan loved about the show the most was just remember, when the river burns, it always burns brown and orange. Have a great night. We'll see you. I will see you Sunday night at 9:30, but Sherry will be back next Friday.
Yes, I
She's going to
will.
be here. That's what's going to
Always.
happen.
As always.
When the river